Don't ever be yourself, Ellie.
Oh, classic Queen. Hi, everyone. It's Ethan McKinley, and welcome to the 2-Minute Terminator, where we break down the Terminator films
2 minutes at a time.
At a time, yes. It's episode 15, and we're going from minutes 28 to 30. And it opens with Sarah Connor explaining the wherewithals of a T-1000 to a bewildered Jai Courtney playing a buff hench. Do you even live, bro? Carl Reese. And it ends with Arnold going, "My fowls do not deal with love," when he's discussing or trying to talk young Sarah into mating with Carl Reese.
I know. And when you consider that they're... Actually, let's talk about that in a minute. Hit
well,
music.
Ellie...
Yeah, I think this guy's a couple cans short of a six-pack.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
Load up.
You didn't do the fourth.
Thank God. It sucked. It's so good.
I think Ellie would kind of love that, an older man trying to talk her into mating with someone, because you're a disgusting pervert. I myself am trying to find my way out of that stereotype.
Well, no, you're building bridges. You met up with an ex recently, and all's cool.
To be friends, we're not going to ruin it by.
I know, but what I mean
my
is
car in
it's
a
one
garage.
of... It's
Oh,
like
copyright
one out of a
stuff.
load. Huh?
One out of a load. Ooh, this conversation.
It's one out of a load of exes that just think you're evil, but she's just like...
Well, she is.
In fact, she's the one that probably got treated the worst, really, by you.
So she's
'cause you
either
just-
not
you just-
insane, or you have to treat women badly and you'll just get respect. Anyway, this clip, the bulk of it, Jai Courtney for the first time sees Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Pops, the older Terminator, who's in the back of the truck. Leading up to this point, Sarah Connor is explaining how we are in an alternate timeline, and the 1984 that he thought he was heading to no longer exists. Sarah Connor isn't the weak, kind of like non-warrior woman waitress that Jason Clarke's John Connor explained she would be. So he's walking into this going, what the hell? Sarah Connor's actually harder than me, and she's best friends with a Terminator who's also a dad. Who's also your father's cousin's brother.
It's all for your brother. Amazing. Oh, and I've got a reply straight away.
You'd blow up the tree.
Okay, so my first point on this. So if I was Jai right now, I would feel massively demasculated.
Why?
Because
You'd have to sit down to pee.
He's been thinking all this time, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to save this woman.
I've got this secondary plan that I haven't
This is
told
going
my
to give
boss
me
that I'm going to shank his mom.
serious pimp points. And he gets there. He hasn't got a clue what's going on. She's the one that saves him. He's the damsel in distress. She's the one that's telling him everything. He's like, what? If anything, he actually acts like Sarah does in the first film. Because he's like in disbelief, doesn't know what's going on. And then she says, yeah, I know, and you're meant to kill the Terminator that was sent back to kill me, but we took care of him. She opens up the sliding hatch door. You look in, you see the 1984 Terminator sat there with his bad curtains. Looks like a monkey.
There's a reason for that.
Why? They used a real life
Well, we
monkey.
can wrap up the show now because Ellie's described word for word exactly what happens in the scene. There's not a YouTube channel for this version of this show because Ellie's just literally painting picture words. I'm just kidding. The reason he looks like a monkey, the ape looks like a monkey, the reason the Terminator looks like a monkey is, we're going to do it backwards, but it's a cock-up.
Cock up.
Yes, we've got a cock-up, and the reason is when they created the kind of like the animatronic, they basically did the T-800 skeleton, and they crafted it in like foam latex silicon. They took all the old molds of Arnold's body from back in the day to create this mold, this like young Terminator. So it is Arnold essentially, his dimensions to his 1984 dimensions. There's either a cut bit in this film, or they made a mistake on set and damaged the prop, or they made it this way and then the CGI people didn't have the battle go the way, or they weren't in collusion with the special effects, the SFX team, the physical effects company and the visual effects company weren't working in concert. The reason he looks like an ape is because his nose is missing.
Oh, is that
Half of
what
his
it
eye
is?
is missing, and then all of his nose. He's got like this weird skeletal nose. He's got a hole in the middle of his face where his eyes are, and his nose has been torn off. Now, they don't actually show that in the film because he gets hit in the head with the telescope. He gets hit in the head with the telescope, basically, and as it shows in the
Slap
film,
yourself.
only half of his face gets torn off. In the actual van, sadly, the nose is missing, so I think it's just a mistake. There was no collusion between the physical effects company and the visual effects company, and that's the reason why the CG Terminator that Pops fights, the living Arnold Schwarzenegger who fights the CGI young Arnold, that's why the two things don't work or tally.
Did you see the image of that? Is it a woman or was it a young boy? I can't remember. That got attacked by the monkey and had their nose ripped off.
I didn't. I've seen the monkey attack woman who looks.
Is that it? Where she's literally had her face ripped off and her nose is
an
missing.
Oprah interviewed her.
Yes.
And, like, she's got like
She looks
marmalade
like
coming
she
out of her
looks
face,
like
and she's like dabbing the
she
sauce.
looks like that.
She's
She
not.
looks like a damaged Terminator.
No, he just looks like a regular Terminator with a missing nose. As I said, I just think they weren't working in collusion between this physical effects company and the visual effects company, or there was a missing scene. I don't think this film's clever enough to have had that, and even then cut it out. So yeah, it's silly really, because I think when it switches back, in fact it does in the next, I think 2 or 3 episodes we do, when they get to the safe house, where they kind of have him wrapped up in plastic and Pops is dragging the body in. When he gets reactivated by Byung-Hun Lee's T-1000.
Well done for saying that
I'm
every
getting good at
time.
this.
You are.
When he reactivates him by dropping a little piece of T-1000 into his head, as he kind of rises out of the plastic to fight again, his nose is back.
Oh yeah.
So
It's like a
why the physical effect Terminator that's just the dummy in the back of that van is missing a nose, then he gets it back? I have no idea. And as I said, I think it's just because they weren't working together.
Yeah, no, that would make a lot of sense.
He gets hit in the face with the telescope, and they would have had that as their brief at the physical effects company, and someone would have signed off and gone, well, if he gets hit in the face, what if his nose gets torn off as well? It looks even freakier. And then the visual effects company did their thing, and the two things
The twain did not meet.
Yeah, never the twain shall have met.
So yeah, going back to what I was saying, Jai looks in the back, sees the destroyed T-800, then sees Arnold and freaks out, and then he dares to use the line "Get down." It's like you have no right yet to use that line. You need to build the foundations. You need to prove that you're worthy of that. Get down. Where's she gonna go? She's driving a car.
Yeah,
down.
but again, it's just so he has a nod to say those things. By the way, the gun in this that she shot and disabled the Terminator with, I forgot what this is called. This gun they're using now, which blows the back door of the truck off. That's the gun that Emil uses in RoboCop. When they're shooting RoboCop, they all
Oh
get
my
those,
god, yeah!
Yeah.
And he goes, and he
Yeah.
blows up the
Got
car.
access to military hardware. We practically are the military.
Yes, and he blows up the
Don't
dude.
touch me, man. They've all got that gun. They're trying
and
to
he
kill
blows
RoboCop.
up the dude's car with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Care to step outside?
Can't remember that.
That's RoboCop 2.
Talking of RoboCop,
Does he not have that gun in
amazing Hot
RoboCop
Toys
2?
RoboCop.
Hot Toys.
Hot Toys. Shut up. Hot Toys.
I think
It was amazing though.
I think the helmetless RoboCop's, but even though he's not as pleasant to look at, I
It is
think
a bit grim to look at. It's like looking at a wrinkly ball
he's grim
bag
in
with
the
a
film
face.
though.
It's amazing, and the actual paint job is insanely good. It's
What do you mean?
so good.
The different kind of colours and the purples in the metal.
And it's just no. I'm talking about the figure where he's got the mask off.
His face is stretched.
The
onto
way it's
thing.
pulled, and he's got the cheekbones and the eyes, and even you can even see the pores in the skin. And yeah, you've got the weird kind of veins that go into his forehead.
This is the Hot Toys RoboCop.
It's amazing. It's so good. I actually saw the one with the helmet on yesterday in Forbidden Planet, and it just looked so grand, and because it's really silver, which I think looks better than the blue. Which is what James Cameron did with the aliens, which I don't really understand why. Which brings it back to this James Cameron Terminator.
NECA did a version of RoboCop that wasn't quite as good. It was in the 18 or 22 inch scale, which is what the two aliens we have are in. But I was going to say, listeners, Arnold Schwarzenegger's first film as the Terminator, this is the first film he's done as the character in 12 years. It's actually 13 now, isn't it? Because it's 2016 if you're listening to this. In the future, this is 2016. His last film, Terminator 3, as he appeared as himself, was 2003. He was replaced by a digital computer graphics version in the previous film, 2009's Terminator Salvation. 12 years is also the same amount of time when this article was written between the appearances in Terminator 2 and Terminator 3.
Oh.
So 24 years between Terminator Genisys, as of last year, and Terminator 2, which was 1991.
Oh my god, that's
Genisys, Ellie, is one of the few films in the series that does not mention the term cybernetic organism in reference to Terminators. Instead, the protagonists mainly refer to them as cyborgs.
Ah.
Why? I do not know.
So what's the difference? Is a cyborg a robot then? Or does a cyborg... Are there certain things that make it a cyborg or a robot? Or are there different types?
I always assumed a cyborg was part human, or a human with like machine or metallic implants, or like
so
some
like
kind
Marcus
of machine.
Wright.
Yeah, he's a cyborg.
Ah, okay.
And
So there's a human element and a robotic element. Okay.
But if you had like in the future, if you had some kind of like brain damage and they put like a piece of computer in your head so your brain would function, you'd be a cyborg.
Yeah, I would. Sorry.
Cock up, Sally.
Cock up.
Which is cock up number 2, actually.
Bing, bing.
With regards to the use of violence, Sarah tells Kyle that Pops, the older Arnold Terminator, the good Terminator, doesn't kill people, he just does leg wounds. Pops, however, seems to have no problem with letting a fuel truck explode with a driver in it later on in the film, and it does not mention possible bystanders in the street. When the T-800 is in the van, it has no nose, well, which we've already pointed out, we've already covered that, and when it's reactivated, the nose appears again.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Did we see this in the 3D version?
Yeah, and it was rubbish.
We saw it, yeah, okay. So, yeah, in the 3D
I've
version...
never watched a 3D film and thought that was good because it was in 3D. The only thing I've ever watched... I know I haven't been to see Avatar at the IMAX with my love of my life, and it wasn't incredible. And but
you went with Sophie too?
yeah, we're actually really good friends. That's why you two don't speak. It's all me. I'm the mastermind.
By the way, listeners, I've got nothing to do with this, but like I bought my ex years and years ago, like very specific rings from this jeweller's called Crazy Pig in London. They do all the rock and roll jewellery. They did all the rings for the Harry Potter films, Jack Sparrow's rings they've done. They do all these really cool rings. They supply rings to the rock stars. Everyone kind of, the who's who of the rock glittery go to the shop to buy their jewellery, basically. And back in the day, I got a bunch of skull rings for my ex and some earrings and things. Now, Ellie, completely independent of me, bought herself the first ring I got her. She then went yesterday to the jewellers and bought the earrings that I got her. And then she asked questions whether it could be resized for the second ring that I got for her. Completely unconnected. How weird is that?
It is very weird.
Now, Ellie,
kind of taints it a tiny bit, but I'm going to...
You like them so much.
Rise
you don't
above
care.
it. Yeah, I like it. It's not like I saw it and was like, oh, I really want that on her, and then ran to the shop. I really like it.
Now, we did see this film in 3D, didn't we?
Are your balls jumping, babe?
I'm just crying inside. I just laugh farted. Oh my god. Ellie, the 3D version of this film. Listeners, we saw this film in 3D. Now, in the 3D version, this is a cock-up. when the childhood birthday boy, Carl Reese... Look at that girl's vein. She's going to blow. When the child version of Carl Reese in Genisys, in this film, opens the Genisys tablet gift box, he holds the tablet in his hands and the reflection of the ceiling lamp appears in the tablet. If you watch carefully, you can see that the reflection seems to be in the right surface of the tablet. However, in reality, such reflection would be likewise in the distance on the opposite side of the tablet. It might be that filming the tablet was performing it in 2D, and then the content was later merged into 3D for the filming of the boy. So there's just like a discrepancy in the visual of the image, because the image on the tablet in reality will be like 2D, it'd be flat.
Don't strain too
In
much.
a 3D film, it's just when I laughed and I went...
Like your legs are open, my mouth was open. Come on, dude.
It's just the ghost of that the horror that came out of me on was it Saturday night?
God.
Yeah, if you've not listened to any previous shows, I fortunately had an accident parking my
And
bike.
can I just say, I have now seen it. I have seen it.
She went running into the car park.
I was like, where is it? Little did I realise it was closer than one would have thought. And it had about 30 blue bottles on it and a massive wasp.
Yeah.
So if anything, Ethan, you're giving something back.
Oh, dude. The cosmic ballet goes on. You didn't do anything.
Ballet!
Didn't I?
Leonard Nimoy, Simpsons, monorail episode.
At the start of this clip, Ellie, I think she looks quite hot. Not that bit. When she looks down, she looks good. I think when she's okay there. She's kind of cute. But then I think later on in the scene,
it's the round, chubby face.
the end of this clip when Arnold, the little Pops Terminator, is telling her, you know, like she's viable for mating. You should do this as soon as possible. And she's like, dude, come on. Can't you buy me a drink first, kind of thing? Well, for whatever reason, they've picked a shot of her when she's lit from the front through the windscreen of the truck. And you can see she's got like big hamster cheeks and a double chin.
I know.
Now, I'm sure in reality, and I've seen her in reality, she's not actually that bad. But I think lighting is everything, especially in a film of this caliber. How that was kind of like got through the director's sharp eye, I don't know.
The idea that Sarah Connor would be like a chubby, although, you know, they'd look like, she's not chubby, she's not overweight, oh my god. When you think about Linda Hamilton when she played Sarah Connor when she was this age, she was just a slim girl. Now, I know she's more badass, so she would be leaner and she'd have more muscle. Why would she be chubbier? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, that's just the actress'
plus-
face. It's
plus
not
she
her
lives
fault,
on
and
the
it's who
road.
they've cast. I have an issue with it.
No, but I've seen photos of Amelia Clarke where she isn't so chubby in her face. She's got more cheekbones and her jawline's more... It's almost like they wanted her to look like this for this film.
I don't think they would have wanted to look like this from this film. I think.
But then wouldn't they just say you need to lose weight?
I think she
the
doesn't.
body transformations that actors and actresses go through for parts is insane.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey never really recovered from Dallas Buyers Club. He looks terrible now. Yeah, I don't know. I think she doesn't really kind of have the authority to be Sarah Connor. Not just because she's small, but when she's standing next to Arnold, she doesn't feel like a
She
good.
looks like a kid.
Yeah, she looks very young. She
It'd
doesn't
be like me playing Sarah Connor.
She doesn't. You'd be playing John Connor.
I would actually. I'd be.
You
awesome
literally
at John
have
Connor.
now Edward Furlong's haircut. It's kind of like long on the sides and kind of like quiffed like this. Like, yeah, I don't know. She doesn't seem like a good foil for Arnold. I think that, again, not the actress's fault, and they've done this with like Tom Cruise and a million other actors. I mean, Al Pacino's like 5'5", I think.
No.
Yeah, did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, Pacino is like tiny,
Aww.
and De Niro's like 5'6". I got
How
lifts
old's-
in my shoes.
How tall's Tom Cruise?
In Righteous Kill, I wore lifts, otherwise my little guns would drag on the floor during the holsters.
How tall is Schmoo?
Bob, get my way.
Bob, get my way.
Feed me, Bob. Feed me.
How tall is Tom?
I think Tom is 5'9". I think the graphs that you have on the internet have him down as like 5'7".
And Al Pacino's 5'5".
Al Pacino is apparently tiny.
Oh my god.
I think DeVito's 4'9", or just... I think he's 4'9". And I think Prince was 5 foot.
Oh, I miss you, Prince.
Kylie's 5'1", so they're kind of that type of little person. Then you go up to like 5'5". You're talking like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Woody Allen, people
Robert
like that.
De Niro's 5'5".
I think De Niro's 5'6".
Okay, he's got that extra inch.
I don't know if you can believe it, give
counts.
or take an inch, but I mean, even if Pacino was 5'7", he'd still be tiny for a dude. Like, we saw that Joe Rogan show, and he was talking to that guy about Bigfoot, and the guy was a regular sized guy, and Joe Rogan was like tiny, wasn't he? Because Joe Rogan's only like 5'8",
Yeah.
which I find shocking.
Yeah, that is mental. When you consider how big he is as well. That must
Or
look
how
really
big he
weird.
looks, he's got that giant HRT head.
It looks like a volcano. His body kind of does this. Do you know what I think? Kind of tapers at the top.
I've got a message actually for listener James Spaulding if you're listening to the show. The gun from RoboCop, I'm not going to look it up. And I think we've actually discussed this in a previous Terminator.
Is it real?
No, it is real. But I just want to know if it's one still in use. And one, was the gun still in use in the 1984 period? If we're believing this fictitious universe. Well, you know what? I guess they were, because Robocop's 87, and he said these guns are state of the art. I don't know. Yeah, Spolner, look into it. I'm not going to look it up. And Nichols, if you're going to contact Bill Burr and Nia, you can just at them on the same picture. If you just send like multiple pictures, probably just annoy them. They'll block you.
They'll just think you're a troll.
Yeah.
What do we think about the fact
But it was
that
a great Village People picture. That's your best one
it
so
was
far.
amazing. It was so good. No, I think John Nichols' best picture so far is the picture of me in the baby stroller.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That is absolutely
In the toy
incredible.
car.
That literally got like 120 likes on Facebook. That shit kicked off. I was like, of all the nice pictures I put up, that's the one. No, I'm joking. It was a great photo. And someone put a comment just saying they see me rolling. I thought it was so good. Yeah, what do we think about the fact that Sarah Connor's gone all biker chick and she's wearing an All Saints leather jacket?
I just think that's much of a muchness. It's by the by, because I just think because she's so small.
Do you think that she's almost been made now in Arnie's image?
A little
Because she's
bit,
got
yeah.
the leather jacket, she's badass, she's got the gun, she's wearing all black.
Yeah.
She kind of is.
Yeah.
It's like father and... Because I was going to say, that's another note. It's very... Where she goes, bite me. It's like petulant child and their parent. There's definitely a father-daughter relationship going on here, which is probably why she gets a bit uncomfortable when he says, yes, he's Kyle Lewis, you must mate with him because you know that John Connor is his son. She's like, Dad, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah, by the same token, then, she's kind of owns and controls him, though, doesn't she?
Yeah, but he's still telling her what she has to do.
Well, he's giving, like,
Which is so
recommendations,
hot, by the way.
isn't he?
Oh, we got to see a bit of side boob as well.
When?
When she's looking at Jai and he's
You
on
know
the
what it is?
ground,
I
and she
think-
goes, "So you're the man I've been waiting all my life for." Another cheesy line.
I think when she's talking to him in the car, you can't tell how tall she is, so I think she's okay. It's when she gets out of the truck, and I think they just shot her badly, because I think she's not commanding any kind of screen presence. I think part of that is she literally looks so small compared, especially to Jai Courtney, and especially Arnold.
There's just no space in this world for small girls. I feel your plight.
Also,
Amelia.
why didn't she pre-warn Carl there was a Terminator in the back? I know she kind of does then. He just
Because
kicks the
she's
door
a
open.
woman.
She go,
Well,
right,
to
listen.
be fair, they haven't really been in the car that long.
I have a reprogrammed Terminator in the back. He's not dangerous. I've been working with him for years. He's raised me practically.
But also, this is kind of going back to what I was saying about Jai just acting irrationally, a bit like a young Sarah Connor, aka a young woman. Even though she's screaming at him saying, don't shoot, he's okay, he's with me, stop, you'll kill him, he still runs out and he's still trying to, terminate him.
Also, in reality, she wouldn't be a well-rounded, balanced person if she was raised
She'd
by.
be messed up to.
If she was raised by a
She'd be
machine.
working in a strip bar, for sure.
No, but if she was raised by a machine, she'd be wouldn't be a regular person.
No, not at all. And she would not be chubby.
If you follow this story backwards, if you rewind it in this reality, what, he's taking her to school and stuff, or is he homeschooling her?
I'm guessing he's homeschooling her.
I don't think, in the words of Data, he's fully functional. Do you think a Terminator would get wood?
Well, what did you say yesterday? Stop teenage pregnancy, bring back
Fingering.
fingering. Maybe just feeds her pony from
That was
time
a
to time.
T-shirt I saw.
No, the best T-shirt I've seen is "Tits for Kids. Show me your. See you next Tuesday." That was quite funny. Notice I didn't say the actual word. Yeah, I found the relationship between these two now. It is she is like a
Freudian.
petulant child.
Freudian.
Like the way she talks, it's all that kind of attitude. It's like the Kevin and Perry kind of. Oh God! Oh, I'm a teenager. Oh. No.
No. Yeah.
No,
It's a bit
don't do
Freudian.
it.
I suppose when she was growing up, she was in her like horny adolescence, and Arnold would have been like 10 years younger then.
Dude, I don't care if he was meant to have been my dad. Like,
No, but he wouldn't know anything. Like, technically, she'd be making him in her image. But he'd be doing what she told him.
so hot.
Oh God.
It's so hot. It is. And deep down, every woman feels the same. They do.
Okay, why though?
They might
call
hate
you
it a
They'd
little
call him a
bit.
sex offender.
Yeah, but deep down, you're just like, oh, okay. It does, because it's that thing of, you kind of look at the man to be, ow. Yes, sir. You kind of look at the man to be like the decision maker. You're like, he's making all the best decisions
so
for you. He's the
1950s.
protector. He's, the provider. He's this, he's that. And I don't know. I think when a man tells you to do something, maybe not like, oh, damn, you do this. If they like command you to do something, it's a knicker wetner straight away. You're just like, oh, okay. And again, only an old man can really command that much power. Some young whippersnapper goes, do this. You're like, you're alright, boy.
I know, I live it every day at work. All your dickhead co-workers. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't put you on their jobs.
Well, there'll be some crossover at some point. So Ellie, do you have anything else to add for this scene?
Apart from the fact she has a massive moon face, no. She does. She reminds me of your friend Alex.
Yeah, we haven't got to the smile yet. I'm going to see if
Oh,
the
the
sound effect is on this. That'll be the
Or was
next
it just
scene.
on the trailer?
I think it's in the film as well.
Oh, God.
Which kind of makes no sense because the muscles don't think whenever.
Muscles.
Well, I mean, if you imagine a Terminator was a kind of like the muscles wouldn't make noise because there's no mechanics on the muscles. They're just attached to the the chrome endoskeleton. And I guess through electrical impulses or thought control, the muscles would move like the facial features. I assume if Skynet had done its homework and created literally living tissue on an endoskeleton, cybernetic organism, I don't know. But we digress. Folks, we shall return tomorrow with episode 16. Thank you all so much for all your support. Hello to all the new listeners. Again, we love you.
Hello.
If you like the show, please go on iTunes, open your iTunes there and go to 2-Minute Terminator. The artwork for the show is wrong, I'm working on it, but please leave a 5-star review or any star review.
5-star review.
Say something nice about the show, say something bad, just leave some reviews. It really does help us in the, help the show grow, etc. And I'd really appreciate if you did that.
Or even if you have any feedback, like...
Yeah, mail us
something
at
we're
the
not
2-Minute
doing,
Terminator
or
page.
something you'd like us to do more
if you want to
of,
mention,
or...
do you want us to talk about more toys and stuff? Because they did
I
a
loved the
bunch
fact
of
that
toys.
family said, can you please give us a shout out? Loved
then
it.
we
I
never
got
heard
so
from them
excited.
again.
No, never. Fans are fickle.
Wow, strange. If you like Mystery Science Theater 3000, or remember that show, we do a talking commentary over the clip in question on repeat as we watch. So if you want to watch what we're talking about, so you're not trying to figure out where they are in the film, even though we do tell you and the other shows do that, but we actually show you what the clip is. Go to 2-Minute Terminator. Is that
Is someone
Yasmin?
being murdered in the car park?
No, is that Yasmin? If you like that, go to YouTube at 2minuteterminator.com.
I think this is the second domestic I've seen today.
Please follow us on Facebook. Tell your friends, like the page, invite all your friends to like the page. It's the greatest collection of production photos, stills and toys ever from the film, so please join us there. Thank you again. We'll be back tomorrow with minutes 16, minutes 30, 32 I think. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted by this murder in the car park.
You do a podcast and you're not a mathematician.
Hasta la vista.
Baby.
Machines. They're unstoppable. Watch out for machines.